tracking breaking news right now on the war in Iran and that looming deadline. This morning, President Trump is ramping up threats to launch a massive attack if Tehran cannot forge a deal to open the Strait of Hormuz by 5 p.m. The president posting on social media minutes ago, quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will," end quote. Iran's leaders responded to Trump's other threats overnight, saying if more attacks are carried out, the U.S. will be blocked from getting oil and gas for years. Iran's president says more than 14 million Iranians have declared their readiness to give their lives to defend the country. An Iranian minister has called for young people to form human chains around the country's power plants ahead of the deadline. Experts warn what Trump is threatening could be considered a war crime if civilian infrastructure is hit.
Whether something is a crime or not a crime would have to be decided by a court, but any attack on civilian infrastructure is a violation of international law, and a very clear one.
President Trump has previously brushed off concerns about committing possible war crimes. Iran just yesterday rejecting a ceasefire proposal. The UN Security Council is set to vote on a resolution to unblock the strait.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Kol Holayim La, Al-Banawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Chodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Psalms chapter 10, verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And that's the mindset, the intellect, okay, of the so-called self-proclaimed white man. And as you see on the screen, dirty Donald J. Trump is at it again, man. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. Now, that's very bold, to make a statement like that, and also to publicly put that on a social media platform with no regard to, any Salaki. It's funny, man, but it's also your pa that these things are occurring, man, because prophecy is being brought to life, man. We're literally witnessing the preparation stages for Armageddon, which is World War III, being accomplished, man. Okay, because at the end of the day, this is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai placing it upon these cave gorillas and these other heathen to have friction and issues with one another. Okay, because they believe that they're accomplishing and bringing forth their agenda, their goals, which is actually truly the goal of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Now we know, okay, that these devils, they puffeth and walk proudly with they necks held high against all nations in the world in general, because they believe that they'll never be touched. So let's go to Isaiah 47. Okay, and you can read the post for yourself. I just wanted to show this, real quick. One of the beloved elders posted this in the chat, and Spirit jumped on me to, give my 2 cents real quick. I'm gonna go to Isaiah chapter 47, and again, you see the dirty Donald J. Trump. A whole civilization will die tonight. So it's nothing for these people to bring forth bloodshed, to bring death, because as it states in the book of Habakkuk, he is as death. And also Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave these cave gorillas, okay, the power to bring forth death. Okay, that that sword, that blessing of the sword, that sword brings forth bloodshed, death. That's their MO. That's what they're about, man. Even when they were Cain, they were the first murderers, the first liars, coming back in that same spirit upon the earth, man. Okay, but these devils truly believe that Isaiah 49 verse 11, that they shall continue to prosper, continue to prevail, and that their houses, their dwelling places shall dwell forever from generation to generation. They believe that, man. Okay, well, let's grab this real quick, and it's going to be it. This is Isaiah 47, and I'm going to start off at verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be as a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. So, nobody considers or even has a proper discernment of what they bring forth and what they do. Why do you think Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai stated and said, be not deceived, the Lord is not mocked. For whatsoever thou sowest, thou shalt reap. So what you plant, what you produce, what your cause is about, what you bring forth, as Yahweh Shai stated, those that live by the sword shall die by the sword, man. Okay, so these devils have lived deliciously and abundantly by bringing forth that sword, and they're going to die by that sword. Okay, the Lord gave them the intellect, the intel, okay, the edification to be able to cut the atoms and to bring forth, the ICBM nuclear missiles, man. And the Lord's going to use that blessing that He has given them to bring them down, to destroy their kingdom, their rulership, man. Okay, Isaiah 47 verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, because again, this is a careless spirit for Trump. Orange. Okay, Mr. Minute Maid, to literally post this and like it's nothing, because again, that's the type of spirit these devils have. They believe that they're blameless in all their endeavors and their actions, man, and that they're justified in everything that they bring forth, man. And their history shows forth that they're nothing but murderers, okay, thieves, fugitives, vagabonds. Okay, Isaiah 47 verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else besides me. Because they believe that nobody can defeat them, nobody can conquer them, nobody can contend with them. Okay, and none else but besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Because, you made the whole earth drunken off of your sorceries and your enchantment. You gave everybody that wine, your philosophies, your customs, your democracy. Okay. And, as it states in the book of Job, all your children that you have brought forth and that are here is really left for the sword. Okay, the Lord said, roughly paraphrasing, that He will cut all that pisseth against the wall. Okay, and that's how you annihilate and completely wipe out a nation. You have to take out the men. Okay, so the Lord is going to bring, that proud, pompous spirit that you have, He's going to bring it low. Okay, you're not going to be able to prevail. You're not going to be able to have success, have a victory. Okay, your time has come to an end. Matter of fact, let's close out here. I think that's Job. So this is going to be a quick hit real quick, because this just shows the pride of these damn devils, man. I think that's Job 14. Yep. This is Job chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined. So your days are determined, man. The Lord has a marker, a time stamp, a year, a date, okay, a month, a month, date, and year where you're completely going to be taken out of rulership. Okay. And the Lord, as prophecy, foretells, and as we make it known by prophesying about the prophecy, it's going to come to pass. Okay. Job 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that he cannot pass. So it doesn't make a difference. Again, you're using your sorceries, your enchantments on the left-hand side. You cannot go past the time that the Lord has ordained for you and your nation to rule. Okay? Your kingdom is literally decaying, literally breaking down. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month. Okay? And it will not be restructured. It will not be rebuilt. This is it. Live it up. Okay? Live it up. So you can still have the pride and post shit like this, dirty Donald J. Trump. A whole civilization will die, and that whole civilization that you saying is going to die, you talking about Iran, when it's really going to apply to America. It's really going to apply to the Hebrew Edomites. Okay? So I don't want to write this out, man. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Aki and Wa Akwa. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.